Marcus Aurelius, born Marcus Annius Verus, was a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher who reigned from 161 to 180 AD. His reign is particularly known for combining political power and philosophical thought, which is why he is often referred to as the philosopher-emperor. Marcus Aurelius was born in Rome into a wealthy and politically influential family. His father, Marcus Annius Verus, died early, and he was raised by his paternal grandfather. Even at a young age, he caught the eye of Emperor Hadrian, who valued him for his intelligence and character and accepted him into the Salian priestly college. This early support marked the beginning of his political career. As Hadrian lay dying, he arranged a complex succession plan that provided for Antoninus Pius as emperor, with the condition that Antoninus adopt Marcus Aurelius and the son of Hadrian's late designated successor, Lucius Verus. As a result, he also had exceptionally thorough preparation for his political career, which ideally prepared him for assuming the imperial dignity. From 138 to 161, that is over 23 years, he was able to gain profound insights into the administrative structures of the Roman Empire and establish important contacts with influential officials and candidates for these positions. His deep understanding of human qualities and suitability for specific tasks meant that Antoninus Pius, his adoptive father and predecessor as emperor, often relied on his judgment. This time also allowed Marcus Aurelius to develop a close connection with Emperor Antoninus Pius. After the death of Antoninus Pius in 161 AD, Marcus Aurelius ascended the throne together with his adoptive brother Lucius Verus. This marked the beginning of a relatively rare co-reign in Roman history. During his reign, Marcus Aurelius faced numerous challenges, including military conflicts such as the Parthian Wars and the Marcomannic Wars, as well as domestic problems such as the Antonine Plague and a major flood of the Tiber. Marcus Aurelius was deeply influenced by Stoic philosophy, which he used as a practical guide for his rule. His thoughts and philosophical reflections are recorded in the Meditations, a work that was originally intended as a personal diary. The Meditations offer a glimpse into his innermost thoughts and the ethical principles that guided his decisions as emperor. They reflect his striving for self-improvement and his belief that a ruler should be, first and foremost, a servant of the state and the welfare of its citizens. His reign was marked by continuous military conflicts. The Marcomannic Wars were particularly formative and required his personal presence at the borders of the empire to push back the Germanic tribes. These wars demonstrated Marcus Aurelius' strategic abilities and his willingness to actively defend the Roman Empire. At the same time, he had to deal with the Antonine Plague, a devastating epidemic that ravaged the Roman Empire for years and claimed millions of lives. During his reign in the 2nd century, Marcus Aurelius led a religious policy that was influenced by both Greek philosophy and strict adherence to Roman cult rituals. His policy towards Christians followed the line of his predecessors, especially Trajan. Christians should not be persecuted for their faith as long as they practiced it privately. However, there were local outbreaks of violence against Christians, particularly in times of crisis such as the plague epidemic and in war-affected provinces. A significant event of Christian persecution took place in Lugdunum, where economic and social tensions led to increased attacks on Christians who refused public sacrifices. In May of the year 145, Aurelius married his 15-year-old fiancée, Faustina. The couple had a fruitful marriage that produced at least 11 children, although many of them died young. Only 5 daughters and 1 son, the future Emperor Commodus, reached adulthood. The births of these children were celebrated as important state events and helped to ensure the continuity of the imperial family. After the birth of his first daughter, Domitia Faustina, Marcus Aurelius was granted significant political powers, including the Tribunicia Potestas and the Imperium Proconsulare, making him co-regent. Despite his example of ideal rule through adoption and meritocracy, Mark Aurelius chose his biological son Commodus as his successor, which historians consider to be perhaps the greatest mistake of his reign. Commodus, whose governing style and decisions later overshadowed his father's reputation, was prone to excess and is often considered one of Rome's bad emperors. Marcus Aurelius's decision to make Commodus his successor was also a reaction to the usurpation attempt of Avidius Cassius, which highlighted the need for a secure succession in order to avoid civil wars. The appointment of Commodus seemed to be the only possible solution to ensure stability. Despite concerns about Commodus's character and suitability for the position, Marcus Aurelius hoped that his son would grow into the role. Commodus accompanied his father from 175 AD until his death in 180 AD and concentrated on military training, remaining popular with the legions throughout his life. Mark Aurelius died in the year 180, the last of the 5 good emperors, during a campaign either according to Aurelius Victor in Vindobona, today's Vienna, or following his contemporary Tertullian in the camp of Bononia near Sirmium. He was a philosopher on the throne, grappling with the infinite complexities of the Roman Empire and human nature. If you can learn from Marcus Aurelius, perhaps it is this: that the greatest battles often take place within us, and that calm and prudence are powerful weapons in a constant battle against the chaos of the world. I hope this history video has given you new insights into a man who tried to follow reason in a chaotic time and is now considered one of the best Roman emperors. Thanks for watching. Don't miss our next historical exploration. Subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts. Until next time, in the endless history of humanity.